everybody? It is Beyond the Barricade, and we are live right now. It is 8:03 Eastern Standard Time, and oh man, the comments are starting to come in. Hello, everybody. All right, before I bring out my very special guest from MCW, there you go, in the corner right there. I want to talk about upcoming guests coming up real quick. I got tomorrow Trey Felipe at 8 o'clock from CPW. He's coming on tomorrow, as well as the Authority, Eddie Torres, tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We got a podcast at 5. I had to postpone, but he'll be on tomorrow. Another talent, which I don't have the graphic for. Also, I announced that on Tuesday, June 13th, we will have Pancake on from SWA at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And this Thursday as well, Hilda, she's coming on at 7 o'clock this Thursday. I'm excited for that. Hilda's coming on. And my first ever Samoan Dynasty member coming on, L.A. Smooth, June 7th at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we'll talk about those some other time. But without further ado, let me bring to you No Pity Smitty, the Legacy World's Champion from MCW. And let's actually talk about what's going to happen soon.
Well, first thing, I want to ask you the first question.
Oh, I got a question?
You get one question, and then can take it over. It's your show, but I'm going to ask you the first question. Papa Dink.
All right, go ahead.
Are you ready to get down to the nitty-gritty with No Pity Smitty?
I'm ready to get down to the nitty-gritty with No Pity Smitty. I love it, man. These comments are rolling in. Holy cow. Serena says hello. Becky says hello. Amber says hello. David says hello. Dude, we didn't announce the date for Pancake yet. It'll be sometime in June. Don't worry about that. Becky says, tagging everybody. Thank you for tagging everybody. Your number one fan is here, Smitty. Shaylee is your number one fan.
Awesome.
Thanks for having Smitty on. No problem. Thanks, Smitty, for coming on. Sorry, that's a good one, Smitty. Woo! No one is ever ready for Lance Smith. Listen, I just want to thank MCW. They've been really supportive. I mean, those Devil Rejects had me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. They're a little nervous. But the East Coast Bad Boys, even though one is a little bit taller than the other, they're great guests, and I appreciate the MCW family welcoming me in to the family.
Absolutely. East Coast and the Devil's Rejects. Yeah, they're odd cats. East Coast, I've had my issues with them. When I first came to MCW about a year ago, they're small, but they've been in the business over 20 years. And them dudes, man, they bring it. They are fantastic. And I think I got the better of it, but they're tough as nails. And man, I love being in MCW.
Let me tell you one thing: the MCW family is really vocal about how they feel.
Very vocal.
Look at this comment. I did not say hello to Smitty, loser. What is going on?
Wow.
Nice gold, Smitty. Oh, it's the Devil's Rejects. Oh, no.
There they are.
Natalie Henson, I love you, little girl. We need to work on your crushes.
They won't shut up either.
All right, let's talk about the title you're holding right now and what is going to happen soon so that the audience knows and where they can see this happen.
Absolutely. Let me give you a little background. I was the actual MCW heavyweight champion a few weeks ago. Okay. You've got Jack Parker Jr., JPJ, that's going to be on in a few weeks. He had a legacy, a medallion that he had won that is similar to a Money in the Bank contract. Mm-hmm. He cashed that in as soon as I won the MCW world title. And I turned around and just saying, he won the match. Did he beat me? No. I turned around into a Michinoku driver. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. I held the belt for about 5 minutes. That was the MCW heavyweight title.
Okay.
So after I was in a grueling 20, 25-minute match with Serpent for the title where I won it, So the next week they were having MCW was having a MCW Legacy Heavyweight Title Tournament, and it was to support the legacy, the 30 years of MCW.
That's awesome.
Right. And so I immediately entered my name into that tournament in place of JPJ. And it's some of the biggest, baddest dudes, the 8 biggest, baddest dudes in MCW. So it was a 2-day tournament. I wrestled 3 matches. I beat 3 of the top 5 in MCW fair and square, and became the new MCW Legacy World Champion.
Wow. I mean, you see these comments going in. He's going to cheat to try to keep the belt. It's his thing.
Wow. Okay. Well, I expect nothing less from them. But I've got unfinished business with JPJ, who holds my MCW World Heavyweight Championship. Okay. And I think I'm the true World Heavyweight Champion in MCW.
So we're going to find out soon.
We're going to find out soon. Absolutely.
Look. And you. I've always wanted to say that.
You did it well.
Thank you.
You need to be there for that match when I win it, so you can do that.
I wish, man. I got to get a sponsor to fly me to all these places that everybody wants me to go to, because I can't afford it. I don't have any money. There's no money in this podcast, at least.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm seeing a baby grand or something back there. Like you got a little bit of something stashed.
All fake.
All right.
Nothing but a green screen.
All right.
Jack Parker Jr. deserves the belt. You mean when you cheat to? The MCW fans are ruthless tonight, man.
Wow. They're always ruthless. That's all right. I'm used to it.
All right. Let's talk about how you started professional wrestling. How you fell in love with wrestling. Let's start with that.
All right. Here's the story. I've told it a few times. I'm 51 years old. A lot of people don't know that. I'm 51 years old.
Really? I'm 50. I can't do half the things you can do, man.
I got to train and properly train when I was 48 years old, 3 years ago. So I've had got a late start and been a short time in the business. So I knew, but I've had some great trainers. Ricky Kennedy, Matthew Banks. We've got a lineage through them with Superstar Bill Dundee and Johnny Rods in New York. And one of my trainers,
Johnny Rods,
yeah, and Matthew, he's currently at the New Japan Dojo in LA training. Oh, wow. So yeah, he's man, I'm really proud of him. But no, in the 70s, man, my dad was in Little Rock, Arkansas, was a bellhop. Mm-hmm. And the wrestlers would come in to the hotel in downtown Little Rock, and he was one of the bellhops back in the 60s and 70s. And so finally, we would watch. I would sit down in front of the box TV in the late 70s, early 80s, and watch wrestling every Saturday.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Mid-South Wrestling, and so one day, I never wanted. Barton Coliseum in Little Rock is where the matches were, and I never really wanted to go until I seen the Rock and Roll Express come on TV.
Nice.
And the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express, that's what got me hooked on pro wrestling, 83, 84. And I begged my dad to take me to Barton Coliseum to watch wrestling. And then last year, me and my good buddy, my partner, Tommy Too Good, got to wrestle the Rock and Roll Express.
Wow.
And so got to wrestle our heroes, the guy that got us into, interested in pro wrestling, over 30 years ago. And so, man, that was a big moment in my life. But
huge,
but yeah, that's how I got started. And then finally, some years later, when I'm 48, I took advantage. I was still in good shape. I've had 2 neck surgeries. I've had 10 surgeries total. Mm-hmm. I've got 2 fake discs. I've had 2 neck fusions, and you just can't tell me no, though.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
those some serious injuries, man. But
absolutely,
I'm glad you're okay though.
Yeah, and it was before pro wrestling. And they did not want me to train. They said, we'll make you a manager. We'll make you a bodyguard. We'll make you a referee, something like that. And I didn't. I was like, no, I want to wrestle. You only live this life once. And I feel good. I feel great. and
awesome.
And you take care of yourself, and you can do anything you want to do.
Absolutely. You know, I didn't think I was going to be a podcaster, but here I am, man. And
there
I
you
love
are.
And somebody wants to make me a GoFundMe to give me an MCW.
Hey, Becky, that's the one thing I will ever agree with you on. Yeah, let's get Papa Dean down here. I'll pitch in.
There is, hold on. Amber wants to buy a shirt just to rip it.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, man, that's money right there, bro.
Man, if she wants to buy it, she can do what she wants to with it. I got two of them. I got two of them. She can do what she wants to with it. I just want my $20.
Christy says you're number one all the way.
Awesome. Oh, Christy's awesome. Her daughter Natalie's awesome. Love those guys.
Smitty's number one. Man, hey, Daniel, Brian Daniels, and Patient Edge can rest out of those serious neck injuries. You can too. That is true, Serena.
Absolutely, Serena.
True. Carl has a shirt. Well, what's he going to do with it? That's the question.
I don't think Carl ever paid for it.
Whoa. Carl, you better get him his
Carl's
money.
a cheapskate.
You better give him his money. You're messing with guys' money, you're messing with his emotions, man.
Exactly. Don't mess with my dog and don't mess with my money.
That's right. Don't mess with my cat. My cat is awesome.
Oh, crap.
Man, these comments just keep pouring in, man.
Good.
Smitty's the best legacy world champion who has ever lived. That's awesome.
And the only one that's ever lived.
Send your damn PayPal, Carl says.
Oh,
Carl's got all the money.
Don't he? You should see the way he dresses.
Really?
I feel underdressed anytime I'm around him.
Is he like the Dapper Don
He is.
of MCW?
He is. Man, he's got the Old Spice on and everything. Looks great.
Nice.
Looks and smells great.
Smitty's here we go. This is a good comment. Smitty's a badass wrestler and a better friend. On deck with Titanic.
Thank you, Carl. That's another Carl. That's the good Carl. I like both Carls. They're good.
Is that a fellow podcaster? Because
he is. Yes, sir, he is.
All right, awesome. Nice to meet you, buddy. Nice to meet you. Carl Clapp could get Papa Dempsey to sell some of those shoes. Let me tell you, every time there's MCW on here, it's like crazy. Like the comments are great. The people are great. I love it, man. And that's what you want to see. You want to go to an event. And I can already tell just from the chats here that when you're at a MCW show, it is crazy.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
No, absolutely. And MCW fans, man, I'll give it to them. Those guys don't like me when I walk into the MCW arena, but at 1098 West Kaiser, by the way, but they are loyal and they are vocal. I will give them that. Yeah,
me too. Look, somebody's going to win the Mega Millions for me and take me anywhere I want. Wow, man. I feel so much love tonight, man.
Good.
I don't need to, fall in love with anybody. I get all the love here.
You're going to get it from them.
I wanted to bring this up because I want to talk about this. It's in the corner there, but I want to just flash it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
The anti-bullying tour. Talk about what this means to you.
Can I tell you a story?
Absolutely. It's your time to shine.
I am the MCW World Legacy Heavyweight Champion. I'm 6'2", a legit 275 pounds, and I'm a 400-pound bench presser. When I was 15 years old, we moved from Arkansas to Kansas City, and I got bullied for my accent.
Oh.
So I was skinny. I mean, like my high school basketball coach called me Noodles. What? And when I was 15, I didn't have any friends. The little girl next door, she was a year younger than me, but she looks like she was 20. I was 15, she was 14. She looked like she was 20. So I had no idea what I was doing. We were just friends. One day she invited me over. She was dating a boy that was 17 and she was 14. His three friends were there with him. He was very jealous of our friendship, even though there was nothing else there. Like I said, I had no idea what I was doing. And we were just friends. And she would actually come over and watch wrestling with me. And so I went over one day and he was jealous of that. And I come in and the 4 of those guys just beat the ever living snot out of me in her living room floor. I tried to get out, broke my nose, shattered my nose, just the whole bit. Just 4 of them just had some fun. And like I said, I was terribly small. So I remember my dad was military, or it was my stepdad actually. And I went back over and he looked at me and he rinsed off a rag and he wiped off blood off my face and stuff. And I remember he took his two thumbs and popped my nose back into place, and nose still crooked to this day. And he says, "Boy, you're going to learn, quit messing with them women." And that's all he said. Like, I wasn't messing with no women.
I wasn't messing with anybody.
But it caused me severe anxiety and depression at the time until I met my best friend, Jimmy Joy. He said he was going to be on here tonight, and I hope he still is, because we keep in contact, even though he's in Kansas City. I'm in Arkansas. Okay.
I'll keep my eye out for him.
Yeah. Went off to do great things after that. But man, that instance where I was bullied and in those situations, man, that affects you, 40, 50 years later. And so what these kids are going through in school, I feel for them. Right. When I bully somebody in a wrestling ring, we know what we're getting into. Yeah, we know, we're going back and forth. We know what we're getting into. Right. When you do that at school, some of those kids are defenseless.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's sad. And always, everybody, if you see it, speak up, stand up, take care of those. And so Friday night, even though I'm a heel, I'm a bad guy. They brought a little girl named Olivia, and I think this is kind of how it all started. She's bullied at school, just terrified. And they brought her into MCW, and they done a spiel for her at the first, started an anti-bullying campaign, gave her a shirt. I didn't even ask permission.
Right.
I didn't even ask. It was my duty. And I grabbed one of my No Pity Smitty shirts on my entrance, and I circled around, and I had a few words I wanted to speak to her. I moved a chair out of the way, moved people out of the way. I went to her, whispered in her ear while my music was playing, gave her a shirt, and just told her, "You are never alone. We can fight with you. You're a family here. You're always welcome here. If you ever need us, we're right here." Everybody should feel that love. If you're going to school, whatever, and you're being bullied, you should feel that love. Every kid should not be in fear when they go to school. They should be there to get an education, make friends, have a good time, and learn. Right. And so that's what that means to me.
Absolutely. It's like school. The school told the parents to keep her home for the rest of the year. She's why we are doing this. Okay.
Yes, they did. That was their answer to it. No, we're not going to fix the problem. You keep your kid at home, and that's totally ridiculous.
It's crazy. I mean, they should have, I get they kept her home, but they should have handled the situation better than just keeping her home. They took the
easy way out. That is all there is to it.
That's the easy way out, because the other kids didn't learn that, hey, this isn't the right thing. Like, this is a new world. There's no more, I remember when I was a kid, we had to worry about Freshman Friday.
Right.
If you remember. And I had to run and hide so I wouldn't get bullied or whatever, paddled at the time.
Right.
And everybody should feel safe going to school, going to work, going wherever, going to a restaurant. You should feel safe.
Right.
So I 100% agree with you. And kudos to you to go and speak to that child and making them feel, hey, this is not okay. We got your back.
Yes, and I'm not wanting any credit or anything like that. If I can do it as a heel in MCW, everybody in the world can do that. If they see that happening, step up and make a difference in that person's life.
Absolutely. Now, is this what I think I'm reading? Hold on. We are in a small town. Parents of bullies are well known. Like that the parents should know better.
Right.
Parents should know better, man. It's crazy. Johnny Blitz says, from someone who was bullied his whole school years, I want to say thank you, Smitty.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Johnny. I know John. He's one of my closest friends, and he tells me the stories all the time about people bullying him.
Yep. Wow.
It's crazy. Schools say they don't want to deal with the bullying. They just want to use the quick fixes. Yeah, that's right. Put a Band-Aid on it.
So true.
Keep the kid home from school. That didn't solve the problem. That just delayed the problem for another year, right?
Yeah, exactly. What's going to happen when she goes back in the fall? I mean,
Right.
you know, and that little girl has become special to all of us. So, and you know, MCW can't roll up in the school when it happens on the first day. So
Right.
what do? We have to find a solution. The school's got to do better.
Absolutely. Carl says all of our shows are now part of this anti-bullying. Hold on, there's another part to it. You're my daughter, still bullied to this day. NCW is awesome. Tour.
I've talked to Christy about that actually.
Okay.
And yeah, she's told me some horror stories, and yeah, it's just awful.
It's Chris. All right, Christy. First, I want to apologize that you know, that this was not handled properly, and you guys should talk about it because it should be handled properly. And if you don't say nothing, it'll keep happening.
Right.
Just like anything else in this world, if you don't say nothing, it's going to keep happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, bullying happens in many forms. I agree. Whether it be like at school, it could happen online. We've seen a lot of people take their lives because of this.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah, we don't want to see that on our
absolutely
watch.
No way.
You know, in Osceola, Arkansas, at MCW or one of the towns around it, little girls from Manila, and this happens, an 11-year-old girl does something like that. Yeah. No, we don't. We don't want to see that. Absolutely not.
A fellow wrestler from Japan took her life because of this.
I seen that. Yes.
Yeah. It's
absolutely did.
No, everybody, please stop bullying people. Stop saying all these crazy comments. I see it on Twitter. They just get people are getting nasty and for no reason.
Right.
That's the worst part. Is there's no reason for it. It's just like you just get nasty. You think you know a person. You don't know the person that you see, whether it be in a wrestling ring, on television, even at the supermarket. You don't know that person. There's no need to do that stuff. It's crazy. I mean,
they just see somebody vulnerable and think they can make themselves look bigger. You know, just bullying, you know, somebody, a lesser person or somebody they think is vulnerable, and it just makes you look stupid. It makes you look ignorant. And then when you're grown up, it's you know, you're going to regret every bit of it.
Absolutely. I think I get an idea of what to do for some stuff to help out, but I want to think about it for a few, and then I'll discuss it with you guys.
Sure, absolutely.
Later on. All right, let's go into your toughest opponent you've wrestled in your career.
Toughest opponent I've wrestled in my career. Yes. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go outside MCW on that one, and it's gonna be the fabulous Floyd Flair in APW. Okay. And that man has wrestled for 20 years. He actually helped me get started in the business, and he was my mentor when I first started. He's the one that told everybody when with my neck surgeries, everybody, 99% of the people said he can't do it. We're not going to let him do it. He says you can do it, and we ended up being opponents. And he is a smaller statured guy, very well trained. I mean, he's technical, so good. And I have beat that man half to death, and he doesn't stop coming back. So toughest opponent, fabulous Floyd Flair.
Awesome. Fabulous Floyd Flair. Awesome. Wrestler you want to wrestle that you haven't wrestled. And it doesn't have to be MCW.
MCW. Okay, well, it was Jack Parker Jr. up to a couple of weeks ago. And that was hands down. I'm trying to think in MCW. Who have I not wrestled? Another one was Derek King, but I got to wrestle him last Friday night in a tag team match. So maybe one-on-one it'd be Derek King.
Okay. What about outside of MCW?
Outside of MCW, I want to go one-on-one with Jackson Crowley.
Okay, why?
He is one of the best in our area in the Midwest. He should be. Why he is not in AEW or WWE developmental, at least, I have no idea. I have admired him since I first started, and we have a style. He's probably one of the best in his prime of the smaller, wiry guys, and I'm a bigger guy, and so those matches just kind of flow, and I think we could do something amazing.
Okay, awesome. Have you ever had a chance to meet any of your idols in wrestling?
Okay, well, like I said earlier, the Rock and Roll Express, we got to wrestle them. That was the ultimate.
Okay.
Me and Tommy Too Good, one of my best friends, we got to wrestle the Rock and Roll Express in Ripley, Tennessee, almost 1 year ago to the day. The other, and I'm gonna show you a picture. I've actually got it sitting right here.
Ooh, I love it. Show and tell.
And I have met them 3 times.
Okay.
Mark and Jay, the Briscoes.
Oh, the Briscoes. Wow.
That was the one match I would always love to have, is me and Tommy, that I didn't get to have and will never have now, is against Mark and Jay Briscoe. I love, and when I met them, they were amazing people, gave me good advice. And
I was going to ask you, what advice did they give you?
Yeah, well, it was before I got in the business, but it was just, man, you know, I took my daughter. It was more about my daughter, and it was achieving your dreams and doing anything you want, be a good person, stuff like that. So that was more the advice they were giving. And then we actually were trying everything we could to get them to think about how to get them an APW, but never could make that happen. And that man, that, and people talk about a death that really touches you, and talk about Chris Benoit or Eddie Guerrero or somebody like that, Owen Hart. Right. Man, Jay Briscoe's the one, man. When he died, I mean, my heart dropped.
I know.
Mine
too, man. Mine too.
That was devastating to me, meeting them 3 times, getting to spend a little time with them, and just watching not only their wrestling, but their promo, everything they do, the history is just, you know, man, that was devastating to me.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
Our hearts go out to his family, obviously.
Absolutely.
His girls who were in the car with him. Recuperating from what I'm hearing. Recuperating well, so that's great news.
And apparently he was taking them to cheer camp or cheer practice or whatever. And here I am with and my only daughter's 11 years old, and she's in dance competition. And that could easily happen to me, taking her to a dance or something like that, you know, to practice or whatever. Right. And you know, just on top of it, there's so many. I'm wearing a Briscoe shirt right now.
I see it.
I mean, I've had it for years and just automatically put it on, not even thinking. And yeah, that was man.
I get it.
That one gets to me.
Yeah. A lot of people in the wrestling world, you know.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, you know, you think about things, you get emotional when you're doing this stuff. And yeah. All right. Let's go into the Rock and Roll Express. Any advice they gave you?
Oh my gosh. They were just showing us little stuff and just talking to us, you know, old school. I don't know if you've ever met them or met Ricky. And then I
haven't. It's on my bucket list to meet.
Oh, okay. Well, Ricky Morton loves this business.
I can tell.
He's going to tell you 1,000 times how much he loves this business. And no, just showing us little stuff and just teaching us how to work the crowd. And that night, you know, there was only so much we could do. Right. But we worked that crowd, and it was just mainly stuff about that. And they showed us some technical stuff in the back after the match. They got us together. And the funny thing is, we wrestled the next night for APW in Marianna, Arkansas, and then Sunday we wrestled in Mississippi, and they were in Mississippi that Sunday night. And so Robert got me. He was like, he got me to wheel his bag to the back, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And so I put it back there, and they come sit next to us and just showed us some good stuff. We're showing all the boys some good stuff, man. Just great guys, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, just amazing. And yeah, I'll never forget that weekend. That Friday, Saturday, Sunday was just amazing.
That's awesome, man. Hopefully, you know, maybe they'll come on the show. You never know.
I hope so. I would give anything, man. I listen to every second. If Ricky Morton or Robert Gibson's telling you something, I'm glued. I'll be like right here, like listening to every word and recording it.
Right. Jack Parker Jr. has come on. Smitty, you're the man.
Wow. Jack. Right.
Becky says Rock and Roll Express is my all-time favorite. Okay.
Me and Becky's gonna end up getting along before this is over with.
I see. Yeah, I don't know what Serena. Something's going on over there in the chat.
But no, Jack, I appreciate that. I have looked. Oh yeah, here he goes. Here he goes.
There he goes, right?
Oh man, yeah, he had throwing the old man in there. But no, Jack is somebody I had no heat with. He's just somebody that I admired. When I was coming up the last 3 years and in the area, everybody was talking about Jack Parker Jr. Jack Parker Jr. He's the best. He's the best. And like I talked about Jackson Crowley earlier, that's two of the top names everybody talks about. And finally, here I am, and I'm like staring him in the face, and I'm like, okay, he's actually stronger than me. He's been in this business. How am I going to beat this guy?
Right.
Well, I think I got more heart because somebody tells me I can't do something. That's when I do it. And I'm just one of them guys. And Jack, I didn't have any problem with Jack until he pulled that crap with that medallion, that money in the bank thing, and snuck up behind me and hit me with a Michinoku driver and took my MCW title.
Oh man.
So now I've got problems with
now
Jack
there's
Parker.
issues. Yes. And that match is happening.
It was supposed to happen last week. It got turned into a tag match. Okay. I haven't heard. They have not told me what's booked for this Friday night in Osceola, Arkansas at MCW.
Oh, all right.
So I'm waiting to see what happens this week.
He says he wasn't in the back. All right. Now, in this business, there's a thing called ribbing.
Yes.
So tell me about a rib that was played on you and one that you played on someone.
Oh, my gosh. I have not. I don't know that I have ever played a rib or
really
had one played upon me. Great question, but I do not. I'm trying to think just little stuff, but nothing that's I can think of. That's just being honest.
Okay. All right.
If one pops up, I'll bring it up later.
Bring it up.
One.
Conspiracy. What conspiracy, Angel? There's no conspiracy going on. I will say Smitty is straight up from David.
Thank you, Dave.
I can see you're a straight up kind of guy.
Thank you. I absolutely am, man. Just hey, just shoot it out there. Don't hide nothing. Just get it out there and be done with it, whatever it is.
I agree. All right. So what does No Pity Smitty like to do for fun?
What do I do for fun? My favorite thing in the world is to watch my daughter dance. That is my favorite thing. She's been a competitive. She's 11. She's been a competitive dancer since she's 3. She is an awesome tap dancer. Just awesome. That's my number one favorite thing to do is watch that girl dance. That's the only time I get nervous. That's the only time I shake trying to hold the camera or hold the phone trying to record. And I'm just nervous as hell for her, but I love watching her do anything. But no, I love being in the gym. I love working out. I played softball for 25 years competitively. I was a college basketball player. I used to play basketball leagues, but I've gotten out. I'm too old for that. I don't do that anymore. And that's a young man sport. But no, going to the gym, I don't fish. I don't hunt. I work out and I train wrestling.
I go to the gym too, man. It's a way to relieve stress, man.
I love it. I love it
too, man.
I will always, till the day I die, I will go to the gym.
I know my back was hurting me yesterday, so I didn't go yesterday. I went to go get the massager, and I'm going today. My back feels a little better.
I got you, man. I'm
getting the massager, but I'm gonna do something. I might not hit them hard, but I'm gonna do something.
Hey, I got one of them guns that sit. My daughter calls it the thumper, the little guns. But yeah, we gotta be smart about it at our age. We got to be smart about it, but love hitting the gym.
Jack wants to know where did you play college basketball at?
I played at Missouri Valley College in Marshall, Missouri, as an NAI school. And then I played 1 year at Crowley's Ridge College in Paragould, Arkansas. And then I transferred from there and was going to play at UCA. And that's when I went broke, had no support system, and I went to work.
Gotcha. Tasmore loves your accent.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
At least I'm not getting bullied for it anymore.
No, Melissa says, all BS aside, Smitty's one of my favorites because he really knows how to match my buttons.
Good. That's a compliment.
Jack says he played 3 years at Crowley's Ridge.
I didn't.
I'll put it back up. There you go.
I think me and Jack actually talked about that one time that he played there as well. I only played a semester because I was I was ineligible for a year, but we won't talk about that.
All right, let's not talk about it. Let's talk about what's your favorite beverage.
My favorite beverage?
That's right.
Besides a Bud Light.
There you go, Bud Light.
Bud Light, I'd have to say.
I'm a Corona guy.
Funny story about Corona. I have not had a Corona. I got married 25 years ago, and I had a Corona in Mexico on our honeymoon 25 years ago. So for Mother's Day, so for Mother's Day, I took my wife and my daughter to get a pedicure. They want to go get pedicures. They asked me if I want to go. I said, why not? I wasn't doing nothing. So we went to this new place, sat down. We're getting the whole thing. And I said, I'd buy it. So right at the end of it, and the guy says, you drink. And I was like, drink what? And he was like, you drink beer. And I was like, well, yeah. He says, you want beer? And I was like, well, it's kind of early. He says, no, we drink beer. He went and got me a Corona and brought me a Corona. And I haven't had one in 25 years. But I had my first one the other day.
With or without the lime?
He didn't put a lime in it.
You gotta have the lime.
No lime. It was one of them little bitty glass bottle too.
And then you gotta like take the bottle like this with the lime and then flip it.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
that's the secret.
I got you. Corona ain't my thing.
Some Corona secrets.
All I know is sitting there getting my foot massage, drinking a Corona was good though.
That sounds like a dream day for me, man.
That was all right.
I hate like when I go to like a bar or club. And instead of getting the bottle of Corona, they give me like a little can. I'm like, what the hell is it?
I didn't know they made them in a can.
Yeah, they make them like the can is like, I don't know if you can see my finger. Hold on. It's like this big, man. It's like really small. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? And they're like
kind of defeats.
And they're like $8. I'm like, $8. I can buy half a 6-pack for $8, man.
$8 for a 6-ounce can.
Crystal says, Smitty, I'm changing my mind. You seem like a good dude. 25 years is commendable.
Crystal, thank you.
We should be bullied for saying Coronas, I guess. All right. What is your favorite show that you're watching now?
Well, only thing I watch. I do not watch TV. I watch wrestling.
Okay.
I'm a huge Arkansas Razorback fan. I watch football, baseball, basketball. I'm a huge Arkansas Razorback fan. So I've been watching some Arkansas Razorback baseball. Mm-hmm. And I mean, besides, usually I will watch some wrestling and turn the sound down to see if, I don't even listen to the announcers. I watch the matches to see if I can find a new move I can use or, something. And one of my trainers gave me that little trick and it works very well. I'm trying to think if I even watch anything, but I don't, that's it. That's all I really watch.
Let's go to wrestlers on TV. Who are your current favorites in WWE and AEW?
AEW, MJF, obviously.
Right here from Long Island. Just saying.
WWE, I'm waiting to see if Randy Orton comes back. One of my all-time favorites. But I think what Sami Zayn has done this last year is amazing. Him and Roman Reigns, that's some incredible stuff. Some of the best ever.
Incredible, man. And I think they really missed the boat on it.
Yeah. They carried it on for a while, but even the Usos, man, I'll give them credit. The Usos and the Briscoes would have been a dream matchup.
What an incredible year they've had.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that stuff is some of the best stuff ever. So you have to give it to those guys. And I'm trying to think of anybody else in AEW because there's so much I don't like. I like storytelling. Mm-hmm. I don't like a lot of flips, and I'm not that type of wrestler. I think some of it's useful if it makes sense. But what about MJF? Love MJF.
What about? I want to go into MJF for a minute, but what about Mark Briscoe?
I don't like what they've done with him.
Okay.
I mean, ever since they brought him in, I mean,
kind of like going back and forth with Jay Lethal and
you want to talk about drop the ball. And I love Jay Lethal.
right.
And I love FTR, and I love Jeff Jarrett. It just didn't do anything for me. And I hate that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now I was able to get to see MJF wrestle on a Long Island show.
Oh wow, okay.
And he doesn't do indie wrestling shows.
Right.
He don't even wrestle on AEW sometimes. But he had a full match at this Long Island show at Creative Pro Wrestling, which is where he trained, and they blew the roof down. Him and Leo Sparrow. Now listen to that name, Leo Sparrow. He's gonna be somebody someday.
Gotcha. I saw MJF, one of my favorite venues to watch wrestling, and I'm from Arkansas, but we drove up. I was live for All In, Double or Nothing, and All Out.
Okay.
And I thought it was really going to be something.
Right.
I think it's underachieved, but still, man, props to those guys. Props to everybody doing that. That weekend, we went to a show in Chicago at Logan Square Auditorium for what is it? It's AAW.
Okay.
And man, it was some of the most amazing wrestling I've ever seen. And that's where I first saw one of my favorite wrestlers was Trevor Lee, who became Cameron Grimes.
Oh, Cameron Grimes.
And Trevor Lee on the Indies was one of the best I've ever seen. But also that first night was MJF versus Marco Stunt. Oh, and Marco is from around our area, and just the promo and everything that led up to it, everything they did, it was really great. But yeah, Logan Square Auditorium, man, that would be a dream place for me to wrestle. The AEW is amazing up there. So some of my favorite wrestling.
Awesome. What about female talent in AEW that you think is really standing out?
Female, man, I love Jamie Hayter.
I love Jamie Hayter. Me too, man.
Love Jamie Hayter.
Her figure's coming out. Actually, it's out. Her figure on Ringside Collectibles.
Okay.
Until it gets released mainstream, but you can get it there. And there's a chase with her with the coat.
Wow.
And it's that I'm looking for that chase, man. It's gonna take like 6 months, I think, but I'm gonna own that chase.
Wow. I love Jamie Hayter. But I do think Toni Storm is probably one of the most beautiful women in the history of the world, and also a great wrestler. So I love Toni Storm also.
Toni Storm is awesome too as well.
Yep.
I loved her stuff in WWE.
Yes.
And I think she's even better in AEW.
Yes.
Killing it over there.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Right. Okay, awesome. Hey, let me tell you, I had a great time talking to you tonight.
Yes, sir, man. I enjoyed it.
All right, plug away any future appearances you have right going on right now, and where everybody can follow you.
All right here. Just look up Lance Smith Smitty on Facebook. Lance Smith Smitty on Facebook. That's where you can find me. All my future appearances. 1098 West Kaiser, Osceola, Arkansas, MCW this Friday night. Every Friday night at 8:00. APW, my home company where I train. We've got a big show, Marianne, Arkansas Civic Center, June 3rd, a week from Saturday. We got a big show.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh man, these comments are crazy. Natalie's coming to MCW this Friday night. Bring the PITTY on.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know who I'm doing it on, but I'm gonna do it.
Let's go, Smitty. And if you are definitely in the area, make sure you go catch MCW as they're continuing their anti-bullying tour.
Yes.
So I hope to be a small part of it some way. I'm trying to think in my brain how I'm going to be involved. I think I get an idea, but I got to think about it for a couple of days, and then I'll come up with something.
Keep grinding on it and come up with something. We'd love to have you a part of it at MCW.
I would love to be down there, man. Everybody seems so fantastic so far. I have nothing but good things to say, man.
Yeah, we'd love to have you. You'd enjoy yourself.
I think so too, man. I think I will have some fun. We'll figure it out.
Yes, sir.
All right. As for me, I will be appearing next at Victory Pro Wrestling's Justified Saturday night, June 10th. Go to victoryprowrestling.com. Get your tickets. There's Leo Sparrow right there in the top corner, Smitty. You see him in the corner with the tattoo on his chest?
Yes.
That's Leo Sparrow.
Gotcha.
Got you. And I'm working. I'm part of the Wrestling Is Now social media tour, which is owned by the SATs. You probably heard of them.
Yes.
The SATs own that promotion, and they have Sunset Flip coming up Friday, June 16th. Make sure you go to Wrestling Is Now, win, and get your tickets for that event at the Mecca. Last time it was sold out, standing room only.
Wow.
They're going to crown their first world heavyweight champion. Look at that belt, man. That belt is awesome.
Man, that is, how did I get in on that deal? Man.
That is a great belt, right?
That is sweet.
I mean, yours isn't too shabby either. Pitty 3 belts by the time you...
Sounds good.
Make sure you guys are following me all throughout YouTube. I need more subscribers on YouTube. Please sign up on my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter. Follow me for more. More podcasts are coming, man. Way more. Serena's keeping me busy, man. And Papa Doc will also be at NEW show Saturday, June 17th in New Jersey. That is true. I will be there as well. Let me bring up that graphic right there. New Evolution Wrestling in New Jersey, man. I'm making some trips in June.
I need to make some trips up there.
You need to make some trips up here.
I've never been to New York or New Jersey.
Yeah.
Somebody bring No Pity Smitty up there to the Northeast.
Any promoters that are here, bring No Pity Smitty to New York or anywhere in the United States.
Lance Smith Smitty on Facebook. Hit me up.
That's right. Hit him up and join the Dank Dynasty. That's right. my group was called the Dank Squad, and now we are a dynasty. The
Dank Dynasty. Moving on up.
Penny, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
For having me. I've enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun.
I had a great time. And you know what? Anytime anybody from MCW comes on, I have a great time. But
good.
I had a great time with you as well.
Awesome.
Make sure everybody goes and support this anti-bullying tour, please. It is very important. I wish more wrestling companies did this kind of stuff. So this is awesome. Thank you to my MCW family, because I'm going to say you guys are family to me now.
Absolutely.
And everybody in the comments, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And I will see you tomorrow for 3 podcasts.
Wow.
Man, I got to get some sleep, bro.
Man, you a busy man.
Oh, look at that. Papa Deck's family. I love it.
They won't stop. That girl won't.
Hey, thank you guys for being on the chat and everything. Please make sure you follow and subscribe and all that stuff. Everybody have a good night. Pitty, just stay on for a moment.
Okay.
And